All right, what's up? Anthony Bums Gaming, and by request, I'm just going to do a full game playthrough of Glory Days Baseball Lite, which is a game currently in the lab. No release date planned yet, just in development and early testing. So I'm going to replay, well, I'll replay the whole series, but this will be game one of the 1914 World Series between the Miracle Braves and the Philadelphia A's, who were heavily favored coming into this. Of course, the Miracle Braves swept them in 4. And in this game, opener of the series, the Braves won 7-1 as Dick Rudolph outdueled Chief Bender for Connie Max Athletics. So again, this is pretty much the full footprint here. You see there's 6 different mini charts that the results come from based on ratings. Contact, heat, which is singles, heat, strikeouts, paint, which is walks, and also strikeouts and walks have possible wild pitches. This chart and the power chart both have range and error checks, and 3 power charts that are color coded by the type of power hitter the batter is. That is it. One single game board. Everything you need for advancement double plays, bunting, hit and run, sacrifice fly, and events is self-contained, as well as the type of chart, mini chart to look at when you roll the dice initially. And then 2 team cards, which have all the information needed. I keep the defensive team out here. Got everything else on the score sheets. And then the defensive team is kept here for range and error checks as needed. So that is the setup, and we will just have, again, play through this game. I'm going to be playing the basic version. There's 2 versions, basic and advanced. Advanced takes into account splits. That's the only difference. Basic is just this first number in the left-hand column, adjusted by the appropriate pitcher's rating, which is here for each category. So that's it. Herbie Moran is going to lead it off against Bender, and we're underway. 6-3, that's going to be a heat check, and Moran has a heat rating of 3. Bender's going to add 2 to that, making it a 5. So you would then check 9-5 here, and that's just going to be a strikeout, and that shows you how the pitcher adjustments come into play. If it was going off of his straight rating, it would have been a pop out to the shortstop. All right, so I'm just going to play through. Strikeout to start the game. Next batter up is Johnny Evers, and Evers, 52. And 52, again, going off the play type chart, that's going to be another heat check, 13. And Evers is a 2 adjusted to a 4. That is going to be a ball put into play as the roll is 13. It's going to be a ground ball down to shortstop, 2 down. Next up for the Braves is going to be Joe Connolly. And here comes the pitch. And this will be a deep check. So Connolly, 15 is the roll. That is not going to get out of here at all or anywhere close to it. Connolly is a yellow, so he is a good power hitter. So that chart here, 15 and 6, that is going to be a fly ball to right field, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down. A's coming up in the bottom of the 2nd inning. It'll be Eddie Murphy, Rube Oldring, and cocky Eddie Collins. And going to be a contact result for Murphy, who is a 5, and for the Braves, Dick Rudolph adjusts that down to a 4. So 3-4, that's going to be a hit, however, and that will be a single up the middle into center field. The A's have a base runner to start the ball game. The D10 comes into play on run, advancement, double plays, etc., which you will see as we get to them. It's going to be another contact result and a result of 6 for Oldring off of the 4 column. That's going to be another hit. And Oldring is a right-handed hitting batter, so that'll be a single into left field, sorry. And now we look at the advancement. So first to third on a single to left, and 0 to 2 would be +2, 3 to 8 would be +1, 9 would be a close play. That's going to be a +1. So the A's with their first 2 runners on, and that brings up Eddie Collins. And his contact will be adjusted to a 5 if that is the result. 4-2, and that is going to be a paint result, and 20 is going to be a wild check. So Rudolph off to a rough start here, and you see here on the paint check wild. So we will look at Rudolph's wild rating. He has a 1-5 wild pitch, 6-8 hit batter. And 13, no result there, so we will go and re-roll the at-bat. All right, that's going to be a deep result to Collins, and Collins is a 4, no adjustment at all, and he is also, I should have put their card down here. He is also on the gold chart, which is a primarily triples heavy chart. All right, so 6 and a 4, and 6-4 is going to be a double into center field. Again, check the runner advancement, runner at first. So second to home, or first to home on a double, I'm sorry, and the 1d6 roll is a 6 on a double to center, and that's going to get 2 runs in. So the A's, off of a 2 RBI double by Eddie Collins, have already doubled their run total in the game. As nobody out, home run Baker will step up, and things not going well at this point anyway. It's going to be another contact result. That's going to be another base hit, as Bender will be a 5 and 5-3, and that's going to be a single into center field, and Collins is going to come around and score easily on that. So the A's have jumped all over Rudolph for a 3-0 lead, and this is how the scribes thought this World Series would go. Still nobody out for Stuffy McGinnis, and 5-3, that's going to be a contact result. 14, McGinnis is a 6. So finally, we're going to have a ground ball back to the pitcher, runner on first, and that is going to be double play. Actually, the pitcher is the same as the second shortstop. I actually need to add that to the chart. But a 1, that was going to be a double play. So 1-6-3 and 2 down, as Rudolph finally gets an athletic to make it out. Amos Strunk the batter, and here comes a pitch to Strunk. That's going to be a heat result. 1 swing and a miss, struck him out. So it's going to be a strikeout on any column on the chart, but the A's get 3 runs on 4 hits and jump out to an early 3-0 lead. Game 1 of the 1914 World Series, and Braves coming up to bat, top of the second. They'll look to chip away at Bender, and it's going to be Possum Whitted to start this off. And Whitted, a contact result, and again, no adjustment from Bender on contact. He is a 4. So 4-7, and the Braves have their first hit of the game, a single into left field for Whitted. And we'll be doing the auto steal. It's going to be based on the number that the hit comes off of. It hasn't happened yet. 1 and a 5, and that's going to be a heat result, and Chief Bender adds 2 to the heat rating, which is going to be a 6, and 6-6 is going to be a strikeout. So 1 down, second strikeout of the game for Chief Bender. Batter is catcher Hank Gowdy, and trips another heat result, and Gowdy is a 4. That's going to be another strikeout. So 6-7, Bender has the heat working here early in this one. 3 strikeouts. He was a very this year at least, he was an above average strikeout pitcher, especially for the dead ball era. 5 and a 2, and yet another heat result. 13 is the roll. It'll be a 5 for Moranville. He's a little bit tougher to strike out, and that is going to be a ground ball down to third base. So side is retired as the Braves get a hit and leave 1. We head to the bottom of the second inning. And I'm actually just going to keep this here. All right, for the Athletics, bottom of the order, Jack Berry leads it off. The Braves, or the A's shortstop. 6-2 is going to be a paint result in our first look at that column. So Berry on paint is a 4, and again, no adjustment from Rudolph. Actually, he's a -2 on that. Sorry, so that puts it down to a 2. So again, checking the paint result 18, and that's going to be a pop fly, and that will be fielded by the shortstop. So put out there by Rabbit Moranville, 1 down. Again, the main purpose of this game is to get, a simple play game, small footprint, no need to have cards, and it'll be a PDF only offering when it is released at some point in the future. So very easy to print and cut. Just technically need sheets for your teams for that season, and the charts are all on one sheet to cut up into 6, and one sheet for the game board, which is customized by the actual season. So that's going to be a heat result to Wally Shang. And Shang's heat rating is a 3. Again, no adjustment on that. So 314, that is not going to be that will be a fly ball into right field. 2 down, pitcher spot up, and this is another streamlined design decision. May not be popular with some people. Generic pitcher hitting or pitcher's hitter card. Pitcher's hitting card, for each team based on a conglomerate of how all of their pitchers perform. So it's going to be a deep result, and 14 for the Athletics. Their pitcher deep result is a 3 coming off this chart here. 14, though, is just going to be a fly ball into left field. Side is retired. So 3 up, 3 down in that inning. We head to the bottom of the second. It is, or top of the third, I should say. 3-0, A's in the lead, and it's going to be Charlie Deal, the pitcher spot, and top of the order for the Miracle Braves. It'll be a contact result, and Charlie Deal is a 3, not very good. 13 is going to be a ground ball down to third base. So Home Run Baker retires his counterpart, 1 down. Dick Rudolph, the batter. Actually, I'm going to stop changing the hitters cards. I will just keep this handy by me. All right, Rudolph the batter, and 4-5. That is going to be another contact result. And 12, that will not be a hit, as the Braves pitchers are a 3 on contact. They're actually decent hitters, but 12 is going to be way too high. 12-3, it's going to be a ground ball down to third as well. So Baker makes the first 2 putouts of the top of the third, top of the order. Herbie Moran struck out to start the ball game, and he's going to get another heat result, 10. And 10-5, and that is going to be a fly ball into right field. So he does get wood on that, but 3 up, 3 down go the Braves. We are heading to the bottom of the third. It is 3-0 Philadelphia. And top of the order, Eddie Murphy steps up against Rudolph. And trips, that's going to be a heat result for Murphy. Murphy does not strike out much. He is only a 2 and a roll of 14. It's going to be a fly ball into left. One down, Rube Oldring, the batter now, and 2-3. That is going to be a paint result in Oldring. That was the one spot that Rudolph does do good. So his paint result is going to be, can't get any lower than a 1. That's what it's going to be. And 113 is a pop fly, and that's going to be fielded by the shortstop, so Moranville. Puts Oldring away, 2 down. Eddie Collins, the batter. Collins had a 2-run double back in the first inning. 56, and 56 will be a contact result, 1. That's going to be a single, and I'll just show you off his card here. The roll of 1 is a base hit into center field, and using the steal system, which is automated, you look here, Eddie Collins will go on a result of 6 or less on the hit or walk chart too if the next base is open. So he's going to automatically steal. And the way you do steals is adjust his steal rating, which is a 5. by the opposing catcher's arm rating, and Hank Gowdy is a -1, so it's got to be 4 or less to be a successful steal. Collins goes, Gowdy up, throws, and not in time. So Collins with a stolen base. 2 down, a runner in scoring position for Frank Home Run Baker. Here comes a pitch. 3-4, that's going to be a contact result, and unfortunately for Frank, not going to get it done there as his adjusted rating is a 5. So 5-18, and that's going to be a fly ball into right field. Side is retired, so the A's get a hit. Push no more runs across, heading to the 4th inning. 3-0 Philly up. Just going to do this since the Braves are the visiting team, so I can keep track better in my mind. All right, here we go. Johnny Evers leads off the 4th inning for the Braves. And Evers is going to have a contact result, and contact result of 8. 8-4, and this is the one that comes up the most, so I'm going to just rearrange these cards here so this is closer. All right, 8-4, and that's going to be a single into right field for Evers. So the the Braves have their second hit of the ball game. No automatic steal there. Joe Connolly, the batter. And 5-4, that's going to be another contact result to Connolly. Connolly is a 5 and a roll of 11. So 5-11, and just missed sending that into the outfield. Connolly is a left-handed hitter, so that's going to be a ground ball down to second base. And then you check the 5 on the double play rating. So second base and a roll of 5. Double play if the runner is a 0-5 rating, and Connolly is indeed a 5. So that's going to be a 4-6-3 double play. That's how easy it is to resolve base running. 2 down and nobody on. Possum Whitted, the batter for the Braves. And Whitted's going to get a contact result as well. He is a 4. 4-9, and that is going to be a park check, our first one. So park check, you will re-roll the 1d20. We are playing in Shibe Park, and you see on the single check, Possum Whitted is a right-handed batter, so it's going to be a single on 1 to 8, otherwise a ground ball to short, and that is an 8. So Whitted, his second hit of the ball game, and that is a 2-out single. And Butch Schmidt, the batter, he is a 5 contact result and 1. That's deep, 19, and that is going to be his deep chart is a blue. Regardless, 19 is going to be a range check, so doesn't matter there. So you look on the range chart here on this board, you roll again, and it's a simple 1d20 and a 1d10 to see where the ball goes and who gets it. So 12 going to be a fly to left field. It will be 1 base advance if it falls. So in left field for the Athletics, we have Rube Oldring, and Oldring out in left has a range factor of 6. Check the 1d10. It is a 7, so that drops down for a second consecutive 2-out single, and the Braves have runners on first and second. And again, fairly easy to resolve all types of base runner advancement as Hank Gowdy steps up to the plate. 1-4, that's going to be a contact result. Gowdy is a 4-13, and 13 is going to be a ground ball down to short, and that's going to be fielded at short by Jack Berry. Whips across the diamond, and the Braves get 3 hits, but unable to squeeze a run out of that thanks to the double play. Bottom of the 4th, 3-0, Athletics up. And starting it off for the A's is Stuffy McGinnis, who has a very stellar contact rating of 7, which will be reduced to a 6 here. So 6-5, that is going to be a single into left field. McGinnis opens at home 4th with a leadoff single, and that brings up Amos Strunk, who struck out his first time up. Going to have another contact result. It's going to be 4 with the pitcher adjustment, so 13-4. And that is going to be a ground ball by Strunk down to the second baseman Evers. Double play roll is an 8, and run rating is a 5. That is going to be a fielder's choice regardless. So retired 4-6 is McGinnis, and on at first base is Strunk. And again, the thing I'm really targeting, again, is simple gameplay, still gives good results, small print, not a lot of chart flipping, no card flipping. So that is the hope and the premise behind this, is we get a heat check and 15. So Jack Barry's heat rating is a 2, and there's no adjustment. 15 is going to be put into play, and that's going to be a fly ball into shallow center field, 2 down. Wally Shang, who flew out to right his first time, steps up to the dish, and Shang is going to have a contact result. Wally's going to be a 4 and a roll of 15. That's going to be an out, a pop fly, and that will be fielded by the third baseman. Or I'm sorry, the first baseman. Shang is a switch hitter. So F3, 1 hit for the A's, and they're retired. We head to the 5th, still 3-0. Philly riding that 3 spot they got in the first. It's going to be Moranville, Deal, and the pitcher spot for the Miracle Braves. All right, we're going to have a contact result off Moranville's card, and Moranville is a 4. Roll of 3, that's going to be a single into center field. It just missed the auto steal opportunity. So the Braves, their 5th hit of the game here in the 5th inning, and Charlie Deal, the batter. Deal only a 3 for contact and 5, so that's going to be a heat result roll of 15. So 15-5 on the heat chart. That's going to be a ground ball down to short, and 6. Run rating is only a 3 for Deal, so that does not bode well. As 3, that's actually going to be a double play regardless. So 4-6-3 on the twin killing. Second double play of the game for the A's. That brings up the pitcher spot, and that's going to be a paint check, 17. That will definitely be out of the danger of walking anybody. Bender also a little bit wild in 14, added 1 to the paint results, so that's going to come off number 3 on the paint chart. And 17 is going to be a shallow fly ball into right field. 1 hit, no runs, no errors, nobody left. We are halfway through. 3-0 Athletics, and it's going to be Bender, and then top of the order for the A's as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's going to be a heat result, and Bender, that is going to be a strike. Actually, they're not too bad. They're only a 3 on strikeouts, believe it or not. So heat check 3-4. That's still going to be good enough for the K, however. So Bender strikes out to start the 5th. Top of the order, Eddie Murphy, who has singled and scored, flown out to left field. Here comes the pitch. 55, that is going to be another heat result, and Murphy is only a 2, so that definitely will not be a strikeout. 14, that's going to be a fly ball to left. Second out of the inning. Rube Oldring, the batter. 4 and a 6, and yet another heat result. And again, this is not going to be low enough for a strikeout. Oldring is a 3. So 15-3, that's going to be a fly ball to left, and side is retired, 3 up, 3 down. So Rudolph, after a very rough opening frame, has settled down as we head to the 6th. And Braves looking to scratch out a run or 2, get back into this ball game, and they're going to start by trying to draw a walk. And Moran is a 5. It's going to be a 6 for paint. That will definitely be a base on balls. That is Bender's first of the ball game to go with 3 strikeouts. All right, Johnny Evers, a batter. Evers 1 for 2. And that's going to be a heat result as well. 5. That does not well for Evers, who adjusted will be a 4. So 4-5 is a strikeout. Strikeout number 4 for Bender. 0 for 2 is Joe Connolly, and Bender looking to keep him that way. It's going to be another paint result, and that actually will be a wild check. All right, so Chief Bender, he is 1 to 3 wild pitch. 4 is a hit batter, and that's going to be a wild pitch. So scampering down to second base is Moran, and we roll the at bat to Connolly once again. 1 and a 4, so you can see how, at various points, everything does come into play here. This will be a contact result for Connolly, who is a 5. And 17, that's going to get Bender out of the inning as it's actually 2 outs, lazy fly ball to center field. So Strunk puts the squeeze on that, 2 down, and Possum Whitted, who is 2 for 2. He has been the thorn in Bender's side thus far, and this time Bender's going to play in the paint with him. Whitted is a 4, adjusted to a 5, 17. Not going to be a walk, however, that will be a pop fly, and going back into the outfield is Barry to pull that in, F6. And side is retired. No hits, no runs, no errors, 1 left, heading to the bottom of the 6th inning. Bender and the A's cruising 3-0 over the Miracle Braves as Eddie Collins steps up. Collins 1-4, and that's going to be a contact result. 5 on the contact chart. Roll of 13 is going to be a ground ball down to first base, and that will be unassisted on the putout. One down for Frank home run Baker. Here comes a pitch to Baker, and Baker, that is a deep check, and his deep result, again, Rudolph, no adjustment to deep, and Baker is a 6, and he is a yellow, which is right here. Roll of 5, that might, not quite good enough to get out of here. Instead, that is going to be a triple, and that's driven down into the right field corner, our first 3-bagger of the game. So once again, the A's threatening. And I also haven't added different strategy elements like infield in and that type of thing. That's something I probably will look at it. Don't guarantee if it will go in. Again, trying to keep the footprint extremely small. But if I do, I may add something to this chart here, which indicates when outs would be a single, etc. So, we'll see how that goes. At this point in time, it is not in the game. So 3-2 is going to be another contact result. And McGinnis is a 6, 13, 6 with the adjustment, and Stuffy's going to ground that down to the third baseman, and that's going to hold the runner at third. So 5-3 on the putout. Next up, Amos Strunk, who struck out, reached on a fielder's choice. Here comes the pitch, and 1-3 is going to be heat 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Second time he has gone down. And third strikeout of the game for Rudolph as the A's waste a leadoff triple. We're through 6, still 3-0, Philadelphia up. All right, top of the frame, Butch Schmidt, the lefty's going to lead it off, and 4 and a 5, a contact check. Schmidt is a 5. So roll of 11, and I believe just missed a park check there. That is going to be a ground ball down to second base. Call retire Schmidt, 1 down. Hank Gowdy, the batter. Gowdy is 0 for 2. He struck out, grounded out to short. And pitch to Gowdy, 4-4. That's going to be on the paint, and 10. Gowdy is going to be a 6, adjusted, and roll of 10, 6. That's going to be a walk. So second walk of the game for Bender as Gowdy trots down to first base. Robert Moranville, the smallest member of the Braves, also their leader in home runs in 1914, steps up to the plate. He's going to get a contact against Bender. And Moranville only a 4. However, 13 is not going to get it done. That is going to be a ground ball down to short, and roll of 6. 0 to 5 run rating is going to be doubled up, and Moranville is a 5, so 6-4-3, and that is the third double play of the game as we are heading to the 7th inning stretch. 3-0, Philadelphia in control, and it's going to be bottom of the order, Barry, Shang, and Bender for the A's. 6 and 5, contact result. That is not going to get it done for Jack Berry, who is going to be a 3-17. That's going to be a pop fly into shallow left field. Shortstop Moranville goes back to pull that in, one down. Shang the batter. Here comes a pitch to Wally, and we're going to have another contact check. And 20, we're going to have our first error check of the ball game. All right, so same principle, just re-roll. And again, you see very few re-rolls. About the only time you have to do is here if you're doing a stolen base, obviously, or if an event comes up or you decide to, well, actually, that's really it. Yeah. Pretty much the only time you do have to do a re-roll. So 17 on the air check. It's going to be a fly ball into left field. It will be a one-base error. And out in left field for the Miracle Braves, we have Joe Connolly, and Joe Connolly is a 3 and a 3. Roll is a 5, so that's above his error rating. He makes a play, 2 down. That's how easy it is to resolve errors. So pitcher spot up, Bender. Bender has flown out to left and struck out today. 3 and a 4, contact result, and Bender might have helped his own cause here. Contact of 3 reduced to a 2. Roll of 5, and Bender indeed has a single into left field. So the Chief looking to help his own cause here. Top of the order, Eddie Murphy up. Murphy is 1 for 3, single and a run scored, 3 and a 6. And that's going to be a deep result and roll of 1. It's going to depend on what type of deep he is. This could be a game breaker, and Murphy is a yellow, so that's as good as it gets. And I can tell you right now, that is 3-1 is out of here. A 2-run home run with 2 outs. Bender scores, and that makes it 5-0 A's. A huge strike as he got every stitch of that, and you got the rare home run in the dead ball era. Contact result 15, and this is going to be Rube Oldring, who will be a 4. And it's going to be a pop fly, and Oldring pops that into foul territory, and going over to pick that up near the third base stands for the Braves is Deal. Pop flies to the infielder. I do not have more than 1 in any one column. They just have come up a lot in this game, so no real worry about balance with those. Again, over the course of the game, it should all average out. So top of the 8th, Braves in a 5-0 deficit, looking at the exact opposite of what happened in real life. 4-3, that's going to be a deep result to Charlie Deal, who is a 4. And again, no adjustment by Bender on that. Charlie Deal is a blue, so it comes off this chart here. So 12 blue on 4. That's going to be a fly ball to center field, 1 down. Bender cruising along, a 5-hit masterpiece going at this stage of the game. 3 and 6, another deep check, but they're starting to tag him. Of course, the pitchers, they are yellow, but it is only a 3 result. So 3 yellow and roll of 16. That is going to be a fly ball to left. 2 quick outs to start the 8th, as Bender looking at a complete game victory possibility here. Contact result top of the order. And 4 and an 8, that should be a base hit. And it is indeed. That is going to be a single into right field by Herbie Moran. 6th hit Bender has given up. So Braves looking for some 2-out magic. Johnny Evers up, and Evers 1 for 3, strikeout and a single. 1-6, that's going to be a contact result, but Evers 16, not going to get it done on a roll of 4, and that is going to be a pop fly behind the plate, and going back to pull that in is Wally Shang. Side is retired. Flyouts to the catcher are not on every column, so those will be a little bit rare, of course, as they are in real life. As we head to the bottom of the 8th, still 3-0, Braves up, or A's up. 6-1 as Eddie Collins set to hit. And whatever this is, 6-1 is going to be a range check. I'm sorry, error check. So we'll do an error check once again as Collins puts the ball in. And 2, that is going to be a fly ball to right, 1 base if it is indeed an error. And 9, In right field for the Braves is Herbie Moran. I know he is not that bad. Of course, we have to confirm that. And yes, his air rating is not good. It's a 5, but 9, he'll put that away. So 1 down to start the bottom of the 8th for the home team. Home run Baker up. He has tripled and singled, has an RBI in this one. 1 to 3, Bender's going to get a taste of the heat, however. And again, Rudolph, no modification to that. And Baker is a 3 on his heat rating, roll of 6. 3-6, and that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. It's the 4th strikeout of the game for Rudolph. 2 down for Stuffy McGinnis, and McGinnis does not walk very much, and that's why his contact rating is a little bit higher, because his paint rating is so horrendously low, only a 2. And 19-2, that's going to be a chopper off the plate. Springing out to grab that is Hank Gowdy. Fires to first, and side is retired. 3 up, 3 down in the 8th. We're heading to the top of the 9th. The last chance for the Braves. It is 5-0. Philadelphia up. And it's going to be Connolly, Whitted, and Butch Smith. Here we go. 1-2, and Bender flirting with that paint spot. That is going to be a base on balls to start the inning. Number 3 of the game for Bender. And Connolly, that's actually going to be a steal attempt as well. So behind the plate for the A's, Wally Shang. He has an arm of -1 as well. And 2-5, so this has to be 4 or less. Here comes a pitch. Connolly goes, and that adjustment with the arm made a difference. Shang pops up and guns him down, 1 out. So the Braves squander a leadoff walk here in the top of the 9th, and Possum Whitted, 2 for 3, steps up to the plate. Whitted's going to get a paint result as well. And paint 5, roll of 19. That is going to be a fly ball into left field. So 2 down, and Bender 1 out away from a complete game masterpiece in game 1 of the 1914 series. Butch Smith, 1 for 3, single and a K, and we're going to get a paint check, and Bender's living there. However, 19, and that is not going to get anything done. Butch Smith is a 4 adjusted to a 5, so that's going to be another fly ball, and that's into shallow right field. Coming in to take that with 2 hands and end the game is Eddie Murphy, and the Braves fall 5-0 to the Philadelphia Athletics. Let's get our line score real quick. So did not have a lot of error checks, so well, the ones we did have were all handled flawlessly. For the Braves, 0 runs, 6 hits, no errors. And for your homestanding A's, they clumped together a couple of good innings. 5 runs and 9 hits, no errors. So your winner in game 1 is Chief Bender, going the distance. Bender, 9 innings pitched, 6 hits, no runs. Bases on balls, we already said he had 3, which is correct, and strikeouts 1, 2, 3. So 3 walks and 4 strikeouts for Chief Bender. So that is it. That's how fast it goes. And again, you should be able to get these games out in 25 to 30 minutes, especially playing on basic. So we'll maybe do some more of these later on, but that is a full game playthrough of Glory Days Baseball Lite, currently in the lab and undergoing development. Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming, thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. Hope you all have a great night.